did he?
Damn, man, do I have to spell it out on my make it plain? Okay, but listen up. I'm gonna break it down.
Let it be broke, motherfucker.
Can you dig it?
Duh.
Jefferson, huh? My friend, Jefferson is an American saint because he wrote the words, all men are created equal. Words he clearly didn't believe since he allowed his own children to live in slavery. He's a rich wine snob who was sick of paying taxes to the Brits. So yeah, he wrote some lovely words and aroused the rabble, and they went out and died for those words while he sat back and drank his wine and fucked his slave girl. This guy wants to tell me we're living in a community. Don't make me laugh. I'm living in America, and in America you're on your own. America's not a country. It's just a business. Now fucking pay me.
What's up, y'all? This is Brother Hatil coming at you live and direct. I'd like to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey. That's right. This is a Heart of a Simple production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Man, oh man, it is good to be here on day 83. Day 83. Man, we got 7 more to go, and then we're gonna hit. Maybe we might. We're gonna hit the African Opens of the Tree of Life. We're gonna build, man. We're gonna build big time. So, hey, now we're gonna trash through this one tonight. But now what I'm trying to do is I've been curating. For those that don't know, that means I'm going through things and I'm pulling out the things that really, or at least I feel that matter. So I'm gonna put together. I'm working on putting together a media team, so that I can do a news show. I want to do a news show. I want to be able to do commentary on the news. on the thing that's going on. So I need to have some time to be able to look into that. So, yo, support the journey. So speaking of support the journey, check this out.
The word is spreading. More and more people are switching to Ambit Energy.
Well, one of my neighbors switched, and then I switched. Now the whole neighborhood has Ambit.
Who doesn't want to save money?
The word is spreading. Switching to Ambit Energy is rewarding in more ways than one.
I signed up and got a travel reward. That's nice.
Oh, I get to save on energy and on travel?
There's a cruise for two out there just a few thousand kilowatts away. I can almost smell the sunscreen.
The word is spreading. Ambit Energy even lets you earn free energy.
When I get 15 friends to switch, I get free energy. I have 15 friends. At least I think I do.
Hey, I'd be telling people to switch to Ambit anyway.
If you'd like to switch to Ambit Energy, listen to the following contact information closely. Then spread the word.
Those of you that want to help us out and want a nation build, right? Because we got this little energy company and we working it, right? I know there's a lot of people out there in doubt, but listen, our rates now are lower than AEPs now. We have it 6 months fixed. You have no contracts. And by signing up with us, right, you're participating in changing the world that you are participating in, right? You have an opportunity to be doing some nation building, because I was been thinking for years, how can we nation build, right? How can we nation build without really taxing folks? Because the truth of the matter is that until black folks really start taxing ourselves, we are never, ever going to be free. See, because every nation that is, well, really, you can't even have a nation without taxing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even talking about taxing. I'm saying, hey, let us handle, trial service with the electric. We got gas coming in Central Ohio. You can hit us up at Ambit Energy, right? The number is 594-9422, 614-594-9422. You can also find us on our our Facebook page, Gye-Nyame Journey Energy. You go www.facebook.com/G as in globe, N as in no, J as in justice, energy, G-N-J energy /, right? And you could follow us, you can like the page, and also you could go to the sign up and see how much we could save you on your energy bill, right? Let's go on and let's build, right? Also, you can hit us up at gyenyame.energy526.com. All right, for those that want to join the conversation, remember to hit me up at 614-556-4535. Once again, that's 614-556-4535. Remember, you're only receiving half of the conversation if you're listening to me on Spreaker. I need you to call in at 614-556-4535 so that you can share your wisdom. Even if you don't want to speak, you can come on and you can mute, or you can mute your own mic, or I can mute your mic so that you can get the fullness of the conversation. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, if Sister Janice happened to show up, or Brother D happened to show up, or Mr. Leroy Thunder and Thornton happens to show up, or Brother Yancey happens to show up, if some of my fam happen to pop in, you will have a life-changing experience, because they bring their wisdom and knowledge and experience to the table. And then on top of that, when we conversate, we allow energy to flow through everybody involved in the circle, and we never know what's going to emerge. That's the beauty of what we have going on right here, right? Now check this out. So now what I'm doing is, because I'm preparing to jump off another show where I'm going to be covering the news. I don't know whether that one's going to be live or whatever. I ain't going to just be covering the news. Like I said, I'm trying to build a media team where people could grab news that is interesting to them and really get into it. So I'm going to run through some news real quick, because I mean this whole internet piece, man, is just making everything easier. But first, before I want to do that, I want to say, what's up, Sister Janice? What's going on? That's right. That's right. See, like I told you, those of you that's on one side, you hear Brother Hatim in some silence because she went off. The spirit is in the house. So you have to join us at 614-556-4535. I know some of y'all like, Brother Hatim, why you got two separate things going on? Well, first off, I haven't been able to integrate them yet. I'm just going to be honest. The second piece is, though, I want to have a space with those people that really have something to share. We can have our own space. Because eventually I would love to just be able to have this conference call piece popping off because it can hold up to 100 people. That's how dope the technology is. Dirt cheap. I can have conversations with hundreds of people on this application, right? But hey, as a matter of fact, for a simple upgrade of a few dollars, you can call in. I can have people be able to call in from all over the world. I can have a 1-800 number and an international number where we can have people calling in from all over the world so that we can get the real news. We need, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where I'm headed now. One, we got the conversation going. I got people tuning in on a regular basis now where we've been covering these proverbs, where we've been covering these quotes, and most importantly, where we've been doing the folk tales. I got people that want Freestyle Friday. I got people that's coming that want to hear your voices. I got people that's coming that want to hear Brother D's voice. Now, what I want to do is to start providing them with the grassroots news, or at least a grassroots view of the news. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't bring the news, at least we can drop some drop the topic of the day, or what's going on in that day, or what's going on in that week, and have a meaningful discussion about that information so that we can help people pull the blinders off. Not tell you what to see, but at least light the flame so that you will be able to see it clearly, right? Because the idea is not to tell you what to think. The idea is to get you to think. That's where we are. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. That's where I've always been. And for some reason, and Sister Janice, I've been having problems, man. You know, I got a lot of people mad at me because I don't think for them. You know that? Because I don't think for them. You know, you know what I'm saying? You got there's a lot of people out here who say they want freedom, but they don't have any idea what true freedom is. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot about it, don't it? I mean, no, really. I mean, seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because bringing it like that, I don't think a lot of people heard that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, Kanye West is having a meltdown. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean that's the news. Well, hey, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. You know what I'm saying? But the piece is, we got so many smoke screens, as I call it, that fuckery, buffoonery, and that white magic, man. There's so much of that out there that it takes the focus off of what really matters. And we got a whole time. See, but what's crazy is, because one of the things that Obama been talking about possibly for the last 6 years, because my cousin is in trucking, and I've been hearing words about rebuilding the infrastructure, and they're trying to find money to rebuild the infrastructure. And a lot of people don't understand that they're not just talking about the roads and the bridges, they're also talking about the pipes. So we think Flint, Michigan is it, when a lot of us right now are still drinking water from lead pipes. I heard that they is not. Right. That's right. Now check this out. I'm perusing through the news, and speaking of, well, first off, let me say this. One thing I was going to say, I'm understanding that some large older cities, they still have pipes that are made out of wood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people don't, like you said, Flint is not an anomaly. Flint is the tip of the iceberg. And until we really realize that America is rotting from the inside out, not just morally, not just spiritually, not just mentally, but also physically. As you know what I'm saying, until we start dealing with our issues, because we want to spread democracy all over the world rather than practicing it right where we live. You see what I'm saying? Rather than practicing it where we live. You know what I'm saying? Rather than assisting those right here in this country and setting the example so other people can see that, you know, that brotherhood within mankind is possible, within womankind is possible. And being, as they like to claim, the shining city on the hill, right? You know, it seems that we done built the hill on we done built the city on a hill that is collapsing. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't taken care of the hill. But also in the news, I want people to pay attention to this story. Apple is fighting the FBI right now. Did you hear about that? You know what I'm saying? And y'all need to pay attention to this, because what's going on, I mean, just from a quick perusing, is something about the San Bernardino, where the terrorists were there last year, where the terrorists attacked. Right. 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 There we go. Right. No. Mm. Mm. Oh, but they had to put up a fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because right, and then Google is backing Apple in the fight because my whole issue is the whole privacy piece. You know what I'm saying? Because we already existed in what appears to be a police state. I'm not gonna say it's a police state so people could come behind me, but what appears to be a police state where we already know that the NSA was holding a lot of information on people without permission. You know what I'm saying? We know that people don't have privacy, but then now they could go to court and demand your court record. You know what I'm saying? Demand your records. And I don't think as a public we should allow that because, like you said, where does it stop? It's a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Where does this type of thing stop? So, Apple, as far as what they're saying to the public sounds good, but like I said, I'm concerned about the what's going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the background because that we won't have privy to it for about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? We'll hear about all this stuff up front. We'll hear about the CEOs and the CFOs all backing each other and going before Congress and talking, but we know that behind doors there's deals being cut now. But we have to be concerned about the fact that that there's a possibility because because they'll start off with the most extreme stuff like these were terrorists, we need to get into their records. You know what I'm saying? And then it, how you keep? Are you looking at my computer? No, because first you led me to this conversation, then you led me right to the next conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little piece on here that first off, there's a new documentary on the Black Panther Party that's airing on PBS maybe this week because it's okay. It's the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Black Panther Party, and so one of the articles on CNN.com is what the Black Panther Party taught Donald Trump. Now, for all those that want to join the conversation, because listen, my big sis is dropping it tonight. If you want to get it. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the call and I have to upload this one. You know why? Because Brother Hatim is silent. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm stunned. I knew she had it in her, right? It ain't that I'm shocked that but I'm like, boom, the insight in the conversation, and it's like, yo, Janice, we gotta do this news thing, baby, because I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? All right, from the desk of the teacher. All right, I'm gonna have to. All right, cool. It's on Facebook, cool. All right, cool. All right, cool. But it's like what the Black Panther Party, what the Black Panthers taught Donald Trump. You know, now that's kind of, you know what I'm saying, because like, you know, because I was called old. I don't know if I shared this with you. I had a conversation this weekend because, you know, I started hearing all of this discussion about Beyonce and her performance at the Super Bowl with the song Formation. I saw the video before I saw her performance. I saw the performance of the Super Bowl. I eventually went to bed because I don't make it through those games anyway. I never have. But But I mean, I wanted to see the halftime show, and I was kind of confused and perplexed because I'm hearing all the conversation from the white media as well as some of the black media where they're talking about how this song and that performance was a shot, in a sense, against the white power structure, was a rallying cry for black power or black consciousness, whichever choice you want to take. And I had to put on Facebook, I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? And I had, after I got done conversating with one of the young people, I understood that maybe because I didn't even know, because I was told, well, you might be a little bit too old to see it, but it wasn't quite like that. But it was more along the line. He said, no, I'm not saying you too old, but what I'm saying is that y'all passed the torch. And I'm sitting up here like at 47 talking about, I'm still trying to light the damn torch. I didn't pass, but hey, maybe I missed it, and maybe you might, if you saw it, maybe you might be able to explain to a brother, what did I miss? I mean, I read the lyrics to the song, I saw the video, I saw the little boy dancing in front of the police officers. Thank you. Right. Mm. Mm. Amen. Amen. For those that want to catch the conversation, she dropping it tonight, 614-556-4535. So I, like I said, I looked at the performance, but it did at least get people, some of the young people, looking at the significance of the Black Panther Party. And one of the things that this young dude is saying, or I ain't gonna say young dude, but whoever wrote it, Beyonce didn't bring back the Black Panthers when she, I hate when they do that, when she and Afro Frizz dance team donned black leather jackets and berets during the Super Bowl 50's halftime show. That's because the Black Panther never actually left. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because that spirit has always been there, using words as weapons. We still got young people and and older folks still doing that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he pointed. It's a pretty good article. All these articles can be found at Gye-Nyame.com. It's on the timeline. So I'm gonna start doing when I'm going through the articles. I'll start posting them up on the timeline, so those people that are listening can go directly to Gye-Nyame Journey and find all the articles that we'll be talking about next one, because I want to get into the proverbs and quotes, because you hot tonight, girl. So what if only? Now this is a comic book. I just want to share it. To check out this question: what if only black people had superpowers? Real issues of race ground. Now, the reason I bring this up because I'm into the comic books. So one of the things that I look up on a daily basis is comics. Whether you know what I'm saying. So there's a comic book that there's a group that of brothers who formed their own comic book company, and they are on Kickstarter asking for money to start a comic book that explores the idea of what if the only superheroes were black? The only people that had superpowers were black. So instead of having something like the mutants, you know what I'm saying, that could actually because really a lot of those mutants, very few of them have to actually use their superpowers to have access to a normal life. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine could put away his claws and he just be a white boy with a funny sideburns. You know what I'm saying? And have access to white privilege. But the question that they're asking with this comic book is, what would happen if they're going to explore the idea of race through comic books, and they asking the question in the comic books, rather than all these different individuals, all these white individuals having superpowers, what if the only people on the planet that has superpowers were black? What would happen? You know what I'm saying? And the name of the comic book is Black. And I'm like, right. Man, hey, I mean, because really, I mean, the truth of the matter is that in our youth, that's when we are the freest to do. You know what I'm saying? As we become older, we become more conservative. I mean, it's the natural thing to do, because we move from warriorship to nation building. And in nation building, once you build the nation, now you're in maintaining mode. And anytime you're in maintaining mode, you have to be very conservative. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately for some of us, because the nation wasn't built before us, we're still kind of in nation building mode. So we really don't have nothing to maintain. So a lot of us are able to maintain that adventurous that adventure spark within our souls, because we don't have to maintain anything yet, because we're still building. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, it's a kind of blessing that there's nothing here. But then again, you can look at it in another way. I'm gonna move through real quick. I got few more things. I got 10 award-winning African-American books for kids. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's truly interested in getting your kids to read, these are books by African-Americans for kids. And one of them cover hip-hop. Facebook instant articles will give all publishers faster loading, fewer opportunities to make money. So now in a minute, what Facebook and Twitter is trying to do, they're trying to keep you trapped on Twitter and Facebook. So what they're going to do is they're going to be dropping news into your timeline, but they're not going to be providing the link so that you could go out. So you got all these social networks now, they're trying to keep you totally inside of the social network. So now that limits your thinking. So we got to start watching, because now the internet was wide open. So now we're going to have to start looking out, because now what they're going to start trying to do, they're trying to corral us, right? So now you might be a thinker, but you might just be a Facebook thinker. You know what I'm saying? I don't, or you might just be a Twitter thinker. You might only think in 140 characters. Oh, there's limits. There's limit to Twitter thinking. You know what I'm saying? So then what they're going to try to do, they're trying to corral people. So like, for example, I've been telling my young people, I say, we are a multimedia company, right? We're building a multimedia company. I'm trying to get them to understand that, right? And I'm like, so this means that once my young people really start writing and start putting up videos and stuff, they're going to put them on Facebook, but Facebook is not going to allow for there to be a link that will lead the people out of Facebook back to your page. That's very dangerous. Yeah, you gotta stay up in my shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna reduce what they're trying to do. They're reducing the financial power of the internet for us, because some of us are finally catching on. There's some people that are making a living doing this. There's some people that have companies doing this, where they're providing jobs for 5 to 6 people, making good money, right? You know what I'm saying? So they want to limit that. So now, because everybody's on the Facebook piece, but let me rest assured, because the next piece I'm about to give you, you're about to see the power of the internet, right? So now, moving on. IBM dangles a $5 million prize for major breakthroughs using Watson. For those that don't know what Watson is the artificial intelligence computer that IBM has been building, right? And they're putting out a prize for $5 million for people who want to form teams to try to figure out how to best use this artificial intelligence. So they're going to open up the gates and allow people to basically be able to plug into this artificial intelligence and figure out new ways to use it. So now, what if we was to do a project with our kids? Like you said, we got kids that could crack codes and stuff. What would they do if we was to expose them to an artificial intelligence like Watson? Because right now, one of the things they got Watson doing is they got Watson in medical school. So now Watson is going, within the next 2 years, Watson will be able to diagnose sicknesses a lot better than a lot of the doctors that we're going to. So you're going to be able to get on the computer eventually and just describe your symptoms, and Watson is going to be able to give you you know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to give you a diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? And probably be like 85% right. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to miss a lot of stuff like a human being would, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? My piece is, they're trying to seal us in, but now they're throwing something. So now we're going to be moving to networks that are going to be driven by artificial intelligence. So now we're going to have artificial intelligence sprinkled into what we're doing, which is going to multiply, which could multiply the power of what we're doing. I can't wait to see what hip-hop does with something like artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? But last but not least, I've been waiting for this one, yo. You ready for this? So I posted up on Gye-Nyame Journey because we're about to get into, but this is the last one. I posted up on Gye-Nyame Journey, hey, were your ancestors fooling around with Neanderthals? Europeans, Asians, and other non-Africans. Now, the piece is what they have found is they found that certain groups have within their gene pool, within their DNA, Neanderthal DNA. Now, guess what group of people don't have Neanderthal DNA in them? Africans. Now, I got a question. A lot of these other cultures that mixed in with Neanderthals have been pretty violent to each other and to other human beings. Could the Neanderthal DNA be causing a lot of, could that DNA be the link that we've been looking for to why some of these people are so goddamn violent? How is it that you can go and, go ahead, I'm sorry. Right. Let's flip it on them. So, So that's the news. Now, so you Asian, European, and non-African, you got that Neanderthal dog. You know what I'm saying? Now, but then this was in the news because I heard this one a while ago. But in the news today, they got there's another group of Neanderthals that we found that have African DNA in them. But you got to look at it. See, because in African DNA now, there are no Neanderthals. There's no contact with Neanderthals, right? Now, in Europe, there's contact, but they found a group of Neanderthals that had African DNA in them. So what this means is that in some form or fashion, we closed off the pipeline. We sent it out, but we ain't allowed it back in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you went out there, you mess with them, you stay over there. Don't come back. Kept them out. Oh yeah. I mean, we nice. It is what it is. All right, so now let's get to these proverbs and quotes. All right, so now we done covered the news. I didn't even mean to do it that long, but Big Sis got, she know what she doing. No. Actually, that's your good because I done discovered. You might be retiring from schoolwork real soon. You know what I'm saying? Because when you find something that people's passionate about, and then on top of that, somehow, as busy as you are, you read in depth into a lot of these discussions. I don't know whether you discussed it with the high school students, so you have to read it, but somehow, you know what I'm saying? You getting down, man. And like I said, now if you have some young people that want to do a talk show and they got a good subject and they need to be aired, if you could record it on your cell phone or whatever, if you're allowed to do that, I'll air that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to do, because I'm seeing what the Young Turks are doing. I don't know if you are familiar with them, but they have a YouTube channel where they're doing quality news programming. There's a whole bunch of young folks that's out here using YouTube, using podcasts in a way that is, some of the stuff that I'm finding on YouTube now is, I don't even watch TV no more, Janice. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my fault. I ain't gonna swear to God, because I do watch sometime. But, well, actually, no. I'm doing Netflix, Amazon, and then I got certain shows. I got a show that I watch. I like the comic book show, The Flash, so I'm watching that. But other than The Flash, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't really watched regular TV. Because I have found some, like, for example, it's a dude that you might like. His name is, he does this thing called Thug Notes, for all those out there. And basically what the brother does is he interprets books from a thug's perspective. So he's reading books like Hamlet. He's reading books like 1984. He's reading Ernest Hemingway and Arthur C. Clarke. He's reading all these books, and it's called Thug Notes. And he's breaking it down in a way, it's very hood. It holds your attention, and then he goes into his analysis. And this boy, man, listen, when I talk about this boy is studied, but he maintains the language that young people like, because I just experiment with some young people that I know, not at my school, but with young people that I know that I'm doing work with. I experiment with one, and they wanted to keep on watching it. So he did a breakdown of Beloved. They was like, well, let me see what he said about Color Purple. He broke down Color Purple to a level that was just, they left them with their mouths open. You know what I'm saying? But they listen. So it's young people on here doing stuff that, that's changing the world and changing how people think. So now, let's get down to it. So we got 3 quick proverbs. We on day 83. And here go Proverb 1. If you wish success in life, make perseverance your bosom friend. That's Joseph Addison. Then we have number 2. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own mind. That's Franklin D. Roosevelt. And last but not least, misfortunes do not have a set day for coming. That's a Ghanaian proverb. All right, so we're going. You want one? Pick a number between 1 and 3. 2. All right, men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. Fate, but prisoners of their own mind. Mm. Mm. Man, I was just reading. Right, 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 right. I mean, but really, I mean, we got individuals holding on to leadership far too long in our community. We got elders that believe that it's the young people's job to serve their whims and I mean, you know, so you know, like I said, I'm trying to be an elder to get out. When I'm an elder, I'm not quite there yet, but when I'm trying to set it up so that I can be out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because as elders, what we have to strive to be is advisors. You know what I'm saying? Advisors. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I wanted to say about this proverb is because one of the news articles that I missed, and it's crazy how this stuff lines up. So men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own mind. One of the things that I didn't cover today in the news is that there was an article from the Huffington Post, where they talk about your brain on meditation and how prayer and meditation rewires the brain. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, a lot of us, because because one of the things I'm seeing within our community especially is a lot of contradictions. We got atheists, we got people who are atheists that say they ain't atheists and go to church every day. I mean, it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if they truly believed in a higher power, half the shit they do, they wouldn't do. Secondly, we have individuals who say they believe in free will, but operate their lives as if it's fated. You know what I'm saying? It's like we live these contradictions, right? And what people need to do is they really need to sit down and explore within themselves, because what happens when you really take the time to look inside of you, once you really start seeing, as you said, going deeper, and you start saying, and whether it's in the personal conversation in your head or a conversation with a teacher that is pulling something from you, you start finding out there's so much more in you that there's no way that you could be limited by this world. This world is too small to really confine and hold what you truly are. You know what I'm saying? But because a lot of people believe in fate and a lot of people act on fate. Like, for example, I honestly believe that a majority of black folks honestly believe that we're fated to lose this battle. So hence we stay stuck until we rewire the thoughts that's on our mind and stop letting the outside influences that are being shot at us define us, right? We define ourselves by our poverty. We define ourselves by our lacks. We define ourselves by our weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Because we have been taught to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And until we start rewiring our brains through proper prayer and meditation, because there is a proper way to do it. There's proper things to meditate on, and there's some stuff that you just don't need to meditate on or pray on. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't do nothing but keep you stuck. Some prayers become like weights that hold you to the earth, when there's other ones that will liberate you into this infinite universe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to, I don't know where I was going with that, but hopefully I got there. All right, so now let's move to number one. We'll say the proverb for later. So that one's Franklin D. Roosevelt. If you wish success in life, make perseverance your bosom friend. Hold on, I have to do the explosion on that one. That one doesn't. You know, I'm sorry you can't hear, but I'm gonna have this integrated one day. But I had to do the explosion on that one, because that one it blows up old paradigms. If you wish success in life, make perseverance your bosom friend. You know what I'm saying? We have people that say they want to be successful, but they don't have any perseverance about them at all. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, in the story that I was discussing yesterday, the golden hen, the hen that laid the golden eggs, right? The couple that cut the chicken open, that cut the hen open, looking for the gold inside of it, they wanted it quick. They didn't have the perseverance. They didn't have that idea of perseverance to go on and get one egg at a time. They wanted it all right now. And in a sense, the way the society has been formed, you know what I'm saying, the way we have been trained in the society, it has, in a sense, pulled all the perseverance out of us because we don't have to persevere no more. We go to the store and get it. Or we could take a drug that will help us. Or we can hire somebody to do it for us, rather than having to persevere and to pull through. But for anybody, if anybody out there that want the true success, you know what I'm saying, the success that can't be taken away from you, because as Brother Hatim has been saying for a long time, if it come fast, it don't last. If it comes slow, it's good to go. Many of y'all want it fast, and because you're getting it fast, you lose it fast. But when it comes slow, you get the lessons and you build the character to maintain what it is you attain. You see what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Woo! Man, so make it your bosom friend. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know, that's, you know, but you got something you want on that one? All right. Misfortunes. And the last one, this is from God. Misfortunes do not have a set day for coming. Misfortunes do not have a set day for coming. And every last one of us has experienced this. When something is least needed is when it often appears. Trouble is like that. Mm-hmm. Mm. And that's the key. And that's the key right there, because I mean you dropped the jewel, and I hope people caught it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's necessary. Because if life was all predictable, and if life was easy, you wouldn't have a reason to grow. A lot of us are avoiding our blessings because our blessings have to. In a lot of our blessings come with suffering, and I know that scares some of y'all. Like some of y'all talking about y'all want success, y'all want to be business people, y'all want to rule the world. But in order to do that, you have to be prepared, and you have to be, you know what I'm saying, you have to be immersed into the furnace of life. You know what I'm saying? You can't avoid it. And at the worst times is when something worse always comes, and it's to burn out the impurities in you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy how these proverbs line up, because we talk about perseverance, we talk about being a prisoner of our own minds, and lastly but not least, getting ready for those misfortunes, because when they come, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times we miss the most important lessons of our lives because we're so focused on the miss and not on the fortune. You know what I'm saying? We miss the fortune. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the greatest inventions, a lot of the most powerful, life-changing ideas came out of misfortune, where somebody was paying attention and was immersed in the pain and was immersed in the suffering and was able to pull a nugget up out of it. And in that nugget was the knowledge that prevented possibly the next generation of their family from having to go through that struggle. But many of us are missing the fortune. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why it might be called misfortune, because you miss it. You know what I'm saying? You miss the fortune because you allow the hard times to go by and you don't pick up the lesson. You know what I'm saying? That's right. All right, cool. All right, cool. Hey, yeah, I see you. I see you, girl. All right. So, all right, I'll just put it on there. So now, what I'm about to do, we're about to shut it down. So I want to thank everybody that did tune in. If you obviously y'all just catching my conversation, y'all need to hit us up at 556-4535-614. Maybe that's the problem. I haven't. Have I been saying 614? 614-556-4535, so that you could drop your wisdom on this conversation. So I'm gonna wish y'all a great night. You know what I'm saying? Dream of greatness, and I will be back in touch with you. So now what we're gonna do is I'm about to go and I'm going to upload immediately this podcast from my Uber conference up to Spreaker, so that those of you that missed Miss Raleigh laying it down, right? If you missed it, without Tim, hey, you know, hey, it's a time to shine, but I'm just like, so now, and I'm gonna post it to your timeline on, from the desk of the teacher. I got it. All right, I just like the page, and I will be posting up on it. All right. So you have a good night. All right, peace.